There's enough food here to feed an army. Lots of carbohydrates, known as energy foods. I've found a great spot to hang out, and carbohydrate foods are to your body what gas is to your car, the fuel that keeps you moving and alert. It's safe to say that everyone, regardless of age, wants to have the energy and endurance for exercise, work, and play. Susan Mar Dietitian has the inside scoop on how your body uses the carbohydrates you eat.
Carbohydrates are the most important type of fuel for your body. There are two types of carbohydrates, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are found in food like apples and other fruit, fruit juices, milk, table sugar, honey, jam, and candy. Complex carbohydrates are found in bread, pasta, rice, corn, potatoes, peas, beans, and lentils. But how does all of this great-tasting food change into energy for your body? Well, let's say you eat an apple. It's a simple carbohydrate. During digestion, simple carbohydrates travel to the liver where they are broken down into glucose, and glucose is the main energy source for your body. Now, glucose is important for a number of things. It travels in your blood to supply energy to your vital organs, such as the brain, heart, and kidney. If you're exercising, glucose also travels in your blood to your muscles to help you keep going. If you're not exercising, glucose is stored as glycogen in the liver or muscle cells. Glycogen is like your energy storage and is used when you start your sport or activity. Keep in mind, though, that you can fill up your stores of glycogen if you're eating a lot of carbohydrates and not getting enough exercise. All the extra carbohydrates will be converted to fat, and that'll be stored around your body. When you exercise within your target heart range, you'll be using both the stored glycogen and fat. After you eat a meal, the amount of glucose in your blood, also called blood sugar, is only enough to keep you going for a couple of hours. Think about a time when you weren't able to eat for about 4 or 5 hours. Maybe you were on the road and didn't have time to grab a bite to eat. Or maybe you were working on a project and just lost track of the time. Do you remember how you felt? You probably felt tired, weak, dizzy, nauseous, maybe even irritable. That's because your blood sugar levels were low. And to prevent that from happening, try eating several small meals or snacks throughout the day. That'll keep your blood sugar levels up and your energy too. There's enough stored energy or glycogen in your muscle to last about 90 minutes. So if you're doing a sport or activity that lasts more than 90 minutes, like Hal and Joe's 24-hour run, then you need to be eating a lot of complex carbohydrates, especially before the activity. This is a practice called carbohydrate loading, and if done correctly, it can really enhance your performance. Hey, Joe, what are some tips for carbo loading? And, hey, can you get me out of this tree?
Susan doesn't need my help to get out of the tree. She's been eating her carbohydrates. And carbo loading is when you taper your exercise 4 to 5 days before a long event, such as a marathon or 24-hour relay, and eat a high carbohydrate diet. Then 2 to 3 days before the event, you cut back on your training even more and continue eating high carbo foods. On the day before the event, you rest your muscles completely and continue eating lots of whole grain bread, pasta, rice, fruits, and vegetables.
Well, eating lots of carbohydrate foods is still important, even if you're not running a marathon or a 24-hour relay, because these foods typically are low in fat, great sources of fiber, and taste good too.
They sure do. And while we eat our carbs, there's more to St. John, New Brunswick than the relay course.
There's 400 years of history. And running the length of a city block, you'll find the oldest continuing farmers market in the country. St. John is the best place to experience the Fundy Tide, which could submerge a 4-story building. You can also take advantage of the many parks, beaches, waterways, festivals, and definitely the hospitality.
Keep it going. We've experienced firsthand some of the East Coast hospitality right here.
Oh, we sure have.
Festivities are going on, food everywhere, runners and walkers are on the course. A lot is happening.
Well, there sure is. And some people here have told me that they run or walk on a regular basis to maintain a healthy weight, while others have very special reasons why they lace up the shoes. Well, it looks like the sun is setting a little bit, and I think it's my turn to run, so I'll get going.
I'm a police officer here in the city. Well, I had open heart surgery about 8 weeks ago. I couldn't go up, I'd go up 5 or 6 stairs and that'd be it. I was stuck there. Since I've had it done, it's 1,000% better.
I had a heart attack in '83, and that was a surprise to me because I'd only arrived home the night before, and I was busy that day, and I had grocery shopping and all the things you do after you've been away a while, and that night I had a heart attack. I never knew of any woman that had heart surgery when they decided I was going to Halifax for surgery. You know, I knew a man or two or had heard of them, but I didn't know any woman, so it was scary.
It's amazing. I had the surgery done at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I was home 4 days later. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruit that I never ate before, and I watch all the fat intake, cut down on the coffee. Walk 3 miles every day of life now, which I never did before, and just doing whatever I can to get back into shape.
I walk almost every day, and I walk at least 40 minutes.
I believe it can happen to anybody. If it could happen to me, it can happen to anybody, because I didn't believe it could. So they just got to exercise, or they're all going to end up in the same place.
I know that without my heart surgery, I would never have been here. I probably wouldn't have been here a year, let less. Now I have 12 extra years and still going strong.
Well, they sure can help motivate all of us to stay fit and healthy. Well, we've all been running and walking since 9 a.m. in the morning. We're getting a little tired, but it's time for some midnight fun. Well, we're going to show you a little bit of that and an energy drink coming up next. So stay tuned. Get your pen and paper ready.
BodyBreak,